Welcome everyone. My name is Craig Smith. So glad to have you with us here in the special edition Insiders live stream. As we're done with the holidays, we're glad you're here. So many of you are all curled up, ready to go and participate in this incredible event. Some of you have heard about it from a friend. Some of you are already signed up. And it's my distinct privilege tonight to be able to introduce your host tonight, Mr. Ron Williams. Many of you know Ron, and some of you guys will get to know Ron. Besides being a master of many talents, everything from sports to music to an award-winning producer-director, he's also a dad. And he loves his job as a dad and loves to play with his kids. We see them here regularly. This is a very different type of company. Everyone's welcome. It doesn't matter race, religion, creed, whatever. Everyone's welcome in these doors, and that's what's one of the beautiful things about this company called Forever Green. Ron is the visionary behind Forever Green International, and not only Forever Green International, but the mastermind behind the opportunity you're going to hear about tonight. And without any further introduction, let me introduce Mr. Ron Williams.
Thanks, Craig. Good evening. Hola. Привет. Merci. What's up? I'm not very good at language, guys. Good evening. It's Ron Williams here, packing my bags, heading to Japan tomorrow and then off to Korea. I'll be gone for about 9 or 10 days and looking forward to getting back. So tonight, thank you. So tonight is a very special presentation here on our live stream. If you're just joining us for the first time, congratulations and welcome home. Tonight we're going to talk about some fun things. I'm joined with Dr. Adam Saucedo here in the studio tonight, and we want to kind of make sure that we convey the message. Is my tie? Thank you. I wear ties so much that, you know, sometimes I get them crooked. So anyways, wanted to talk a little bit about this opportunity that's hit us. And you know, it's funny, I've been trying to ponder the deeper points that need to be made with Forever Green FGXpress. And you know, we supposedly stand for humanity, we stand for, you know, success, we stand for the underdog, we stand for the people in the middle, we stand for everyone indiscriminately in our company. And we wanted to create a company, a business that all of us could feel proud of, and not to impress our neighbors, but more so to impress our children. And there's a distinct difference when you make decisions in a company that are going to impress your neighbor or your children. And we've taken this route. We're trying to create a home, not a motel. And there are lots of differences and distinctions that are made along the way, particularly in the areas of quality of product, but more importantly, quality of people. That somebody always says, oh, we have the best product, they have the best product. No. The best product are the people. And as soon as we figure that out and begin showing up that way, that's when we unlock a new potential of business on this planet. Now, there's a lot of talk about the economy, talk about local economy, global economy, et cetera, et cetera. What we're going to talk about tonight is the spirit of leadership and entrepreneurialism. Indiscriminately, finally. I found it interesting that what inspired this ordeal was that we were looking at the 150 countries around the world that commonly get overlooked in this conversation. And we're supposed to stand for the winners and stand for the underdogs. We're supposed to stand for the human race, not just part of the human race. And so we began this quest because we kept saying no to countries like Ghana or Uganda or Kenya or countries in Central America, even South America, remote countries around the world. They total about 150. So for a few years we've been kind of thinking, what could we do that would unlock this kind of potential, that would tie us all together in this global gridlock together, that we could absolutely just take something future and make it bigger than all of us. A vision bigger than all of us, so none of us get in the way. So long story short, I was given a product a few months ago, and some of you know I had a bad back. I had surgery. It's an old football injury that has been ailing me more and more. Finally, it broke, and I had to get a little bit of a surgery. And since that time, I have been coasting and somewhat defeated because I was tempted. In one of these live streams, I'm going to bring all my gadgets I have at home for my back. just to prove a point how crazy it's been for me in my life, because I'm an active guy. I don't ever think twice about picking up kids or moving things or helping, but now I have to think twice, or I pay for it for the next several days. And so this product was given to me, and we felt that it had an interesting potential. It changed my life, and I was just going to market it somewhere else. But what happened was it came to here as a kind of with a purpose, that we can create an opportunity that was indiscriminate, that every address on the planet was the game. It was exclusive, it was patented, it was hot off the press, and it just really got me really, really excited. Doctor formulated, etc. So as a team, we began brainstorming, let's create something that has that kind of potential in this day and age that locks us all together in this economy. Now, it has to be business-driven and opportunity, the spirit of entrepreneurialism, but it has to be reinforced by who and what we say we are, which means quality of people, quality of product, quality of vision, integrity, inside out, top to bottom, but create massive opportunity. And so I got to tell you, I do think there was a bigger hand in this, because it came out kind of beautiful, to say the least. We call it FGXpress. And FGXpress is nothing more than a division that's backed by a 9-year-old company that has everything, you know, that you want to do business. Software, videos, webmasters, you know, product people, doctors, experts. So it's backed by a 9-year-old company that's all over the world, that's self-sufficient, but it's a division of that company where we could literally just have one product, one price, every address on the planet, day one. Don't know that that's ever been done, to be honest with you. Now, obviously, that amplifies this opportunity times 20. Well, we are going to move money and commodity around the world at record pace. So make no mistake about it, this is definitely a business conversation, a business opportunity, but it's really illuminated by the spirit of entrepreneurialism, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes with Craig Smith. It's just inspiring what's happening with this company. Today was an amazing day, by the way, for me. I mean, people who are full-time are hearing around the world that this is full-time networkers are hearing around the world about this, and today was an amazing day, to say the least. And so I think the future, little by little, day by day, is going to be very, very bright for all of us involved in this. Now, you're involved early, because this is Whisper. This isn't even pre-launch. Pre-launch doesn't begin officially until January. So this is kind of insider talk where we work out the bugs. A couple of the bugs that have come up, just so you know, when we go to all these foreign countries, they use different web browsers, and we're just finding out which web browsers are which in which countries to make sure that our system is talking to their system. So there's little things that are being worked out. Yes, this is the Whisper Circle, the Whisper campaign, but the opportunity is here, and the challenge is, you know, you're going to have little things like that come up. But if you can say you were around during the time that Forever Green was fitting web browsers in FGXpress, then you can really brag about something in the future. The question is, will you make something of that, not just talk about it? So basically, we are just starting this whole thing. And yes, we've got a lot of orders that have piled up, and we want to have a lot more piled up by the time we run our first bonus, which we're shooting for Christmas right now. I'll give you the timelines at the end. So what's the product? Well, the vision, as you know, is the spirit of entrepreneurialism, indiscriminate, anyone in the world, day one, every address, go opportunity. The product is a patented, it has patented technology in it that is called Power Strips. And Power Strips is kind of a new version of a patch, if you will. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because we have the doctor here, and he's pretty passionate about it. I've never seen Dr. Saucedo at Forever Green this much than we have in the last couple weeks. He's been here a lot because he has a lot of insight to what we're doing here. But what I'm excited about is what it did for me personally. I don't think I would be standing here talking to you if I hadn't had the experience that I had with this product. I was cynical. I didn't believe. I put it on out of courtesy. And all I can say is that it just changed my life. I didn't know if it was going to work, but if it helped with some of the experiences I was having with my back, I was going to be just super grateful. Well, that happened. What I didn't expect was its continuous effect on my health inside out. That I didn't expect. And so we began inquiring more and more from the doctors, well, how does this, why does this, what is this? And I got to tell you, the way I describe it now is this is for everyone. it is like a virtual 24-hour drip of good things that are going into your body, like a 24-hour cleanse nonstop, just continually keeping us going in the right direction. So I would love for Dr. Saucedo to touch on it, because what he's doing right now is he's coming in as much as he can to film and write video and written journals that go together. They're like 2 minutes. They're not designed to be long, but the video and written journal that talks about all the different things that you can look forward to regarding power strips. So maybe Dr. Adam, you can give them a little teaser tonight of what to expect moving forward. And it's my pleasure to introduce, and I hope you just give him a big chat nicely, Dr. Adam Saucedo. Thanks, Doctor.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm talking to you guys for the second time in just a couple of weeks. It is exciting to be here. I'm glad to be invited to this amazing opportunity. I'm a physician, many of you know, but I'm also a researcher, and part of the research that I do is in the area of drug delivery. And in this case, we're talking about a technology that I've worked with for years. But let me back up just a little bit. Today we shot our first video, and the focus was on Korean red ginseng. And the really exciting thing for me as a scientist about Korean red ginseng is that it's so active pharmacologically. There is a broad body of work available for review in the scientific literature, and that's always important when we begin to talk about the effects that something has on the body, either medically or nutritionally. But Korean red ginseng has hundreds of years of traditional history behind it, but it also has decades of Western medicine literature and history behind it. So it's a wonderful product. Literature reviews show that it helps with everything from pain to mental clarity to helping with glucose levels in the blood, diabetic issues. It helps with certain types of cancers and tumors. Just an amazing broad spectrum of things that it addresses. And we'll be doing these series of presentation videos and teaching you more and more about that. One last thing I want to talk about is the way that this Korean red ginseng is actually delivered to our bodies. It's delivered through a very interesting delivery system. It's called a transdermal patch, or a dermal patch. And this patch is something that's being used every day in medicine. And it is very actively researched at this time for one very good reason. And that reason is that a transdermal patch is probably the most effective way to control delivery of really anything into the body, whether it's a drug or, in this case, nutrition. But the transdermal system is actively being researched. What we're trying to do in the science arena is to deliver larger and larger proteins and products to our bodies through this transdermal system. And we are able to do that more and more on a daily basis. The applications in terms of this industry, of the health and nutraceutical and nutrition industry is just starting. This is literally the very beginning, and I expect it to grow, and I see this opportunity as very unique. And I hope that everybody hears this, sees the excitement in this room, and takes this opportunity to do something special with it. And with that, I'll hand it back to Ron. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, appreciate it. So one thing people need to know is the patch is all natural, completely safe. I think the only warning the doctor gave us on this is if somebody has very severe dermatitis, that it could cause itching and some rashing if they have severe dermatitis, but it's literally that safe. I can tell you that the more I'm learning about it, the more impressed I am. I was going off of testimony in the beginning because I'm very in tune with my body. I know what works and what doesn't. It has changed my life, guys. So fantastic product. The way the product comes is it comes in a Ziploc pouch of 15 power strips. And those 15 power strips will cost $59.95, so approximately $4 a power strip. And what is really most fascinating, and the reason why we can do this is one of the trade secrets, is how it's delivered. It's mailed in the size of a greeting card, okay? And the only downside that I can think of in this whole thing, and I'm just being very open about it, is that depending on where you live, we can't tell you how many days it's going to take to get to your house. We don't know. But that's the only downside. But here's how it shows up. Okay, you open it up, and you have a little poem on the inside that says, "Our human race in need of a lift, found within for you a gift. Use it, share it, take a stand. Here and now it's in your hands. Love and abundance for us all. Welcome home. Your opportunity calls." And so inside here is the Ziploc. Now, one of the things I want to tell people in advance is these come in a Ziploc on purpose, because if you let them into the open air, the herbs will evaporate into thin air. So you want to keep this Ziplocked out of the sun, keep it well preserved. It'll be well worth it if you do. And of course, the back of the card looks like the patch. Now, what's printed on the patch is the word love in every language we could possibly find, because the intent behind this is designed to bring us all together in a much closer way, indiscriminately, without lines between us, that we can do something historic together. So we can actually create and dictate our own economy starting right now, guys. And it can be anyone, anytime. And there's a few of you who are watching this going right now who are just percolating, going, oh my goodness, I can do this, I will make this work, I will make a living at this, I will build it once and I will let it pay forever. So very, very fascinating. Now, speaking of pay, because it's only 50 points or 100 points, and by the way, shipping is $4.95 per envelope, per packet, shipped anywhere, you know, around the world. So $4.95, very, very simple, very, very easy, very, very affordable. Now, internally, we're working on payment methods and how people can get paid in all these different worlds, money in, money out. We're making fantastic progress. In fact, we already have the arrangement set. Now it's a matter of details and making sure that the logistics come through, but the agreement is set. We're moving down that path already, and it's looking fantastic. Now let's talk about the financial opportunity of this. This is obviously a business-driven concept. It's about making money. It's about creating abundance. It's about creating financial security and or financial dream. We all know that money is a part of your health. We all know what it feels like to feel financially sick. We've all probably felt that in our lives at times. It's real, folks. And it's so funny to see people who are really into nutrition and they'll stress over one ingredient while they're struggling to pay rent. It's very important that we give ourselves permission to be completely healthy, inside and out. Our thoughts, our actions, our physiological makeup, everything, our relationships, all those things are a part of our health. It's not that single ingredient that we sometimes major in for minor purposes. So let's talk about the money side. I kind of like this conversation because we have dialed this in such a way that the money, I mean, this is an appetizer to Forever Green, but it is dripping with money, guys. It is. And I like that. I especially like that when you look at these people around the world that are pulling hair out of brushes to go make something, to make an extra $2 or $3 a month. And we can tell them you could make $100, $200, $10,000, $100,000. It doesn't matter, guys. Money is neutral. It makes good people better. It makes bad people worse probably sometimes. It's there to serve humanity, not vice versa. It's not there to serve you. It just makes you feel healthy. It makes you feel good. It makes you get that little bounce in your walk. And it's a great feeling. I've had it come and go in my life. And I got to tell you, it feels a lot better when it's there. It feels fantastic. So let's talk about the financial side. First of all, we created a particular way to do this. Because it's only 50 points or 100 points, we had to come up with the right compensation structure that would reward people, because you have to have a big vision. If it's a small vision, nobody's interested. If it's got the big vision appeal, then everybody comes. So we wanted to write the perfect plan. We wrote a two-legged plan called a binary, but we put a special twist in this binary that no one has ever done, to my knowledge. It's called the X bonus. And it's because every beginner and intermediate should profit in this. They should profit if they're willing to work. So what we did is we wrote this. Most binaries pay you weekly, 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 weekly. Fine, ours is going to do that. But what we did is we wrote a 4-week measurement for one bonus, and it's called the X bonus. The X bonus are the people that you enroll, and then the people they enroll. That's it. So it's 2 levels. Create and maintain 1,000 points in that 4-week period, and receive $100 or $200 before anything else gets paid. Before anything else, any other bonuses get paid, every beginner and intermediate can make $100 or $200. By the way, $100 is if you buy a 50-point pack, $200 is if you buy a 100-point pack. So what we're trying to do is think for the people that are on the other side of the world who $200 would change their life. So the X bonus is the safety net to this pay plan. It is for any and everyone who wants to profit and make money, who's willing to work. It's that simple, and I love that. So what we're teaching people is make sure that you build your X tribe, that you qualify for your X bonus. And the way you do that is you maintain 4 personal enrollments. Doesn't matter if they just do 50 points each, that's fine. But as long as between those 4 and the people they enroll do 1,000 points in that 4-week period, it can look a zillion different ways. It doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it's 1,000 points, you are X bonus qualified. And I like that, so that nobody could claim or accuse this plan of not being fair. That every single beginner, intermediate, and leader can achieve their financial goals if they choose to work like they would in any job. Okay? So that's simple. I love the X bonus. And what I like about the X bonus even more is when it duplicates. Because when it duplicates, not only do you get your X bonus, but then you get a 12% weekly bonus of one of your teams. Do the math. Then once you get that 12% weekly, everyone that you personally enroll into this, that you sign up, you're going to get a matching bonus on what they make weekly. And then to put cherry on top is there's title bonuses. When you hit certain titles, there's additional just cash bonuses that are paid out. And so this plan, I mean, that's about as simple as it gets right there, guys. X bonus, 12% team bonus weekly, matching bonus on the people you enroll, and title bonuses. That's it. That simple. Now, we created kind of a playground for everybody to kind of get their X tribe built. That's what everyone should do. That's the play in the playbook. That's the choreography to the dance. Okay? Build your X tribe. And if you do that and you teach that, and that's all we talk about are X tribes. You know, I've got 500 X tribes in my business. That's worth some money. That's worth some serious money. So when everyone does a little, people can win big, residually. Okay? So we created, along with that, called the Global 100 Founders Club, kind of a concept. And the concept was to indiscriminately, again, around the world say, okay, the first 100 people who achieve 3-star. A 3-star, by the way, is not a big achievement. It's just a solid achievement, but it's not a big achievement. It's a solid achievement. The first 100 are in the Global Founders Club. So not only are they going to get their title bonuses once, but they'll get their title bonuses twice. Remember, the top title bonus is $25,000, just a one-time. There you go. Congratulations. That's after the rest of your bonuses, okay? So the Global Founders Club 100, we're going to get together in addition to that someplace fun. Don't know where that's going to be yet, but we'll let you know beginning of the year. We're going to get together someplace fun, and we're going to celebrate, we're going to train, we're going to rub shoulders, we're going to set goals, and we're going to ring the bell in FGXpress. We are going to make this happen like no tomorrow, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. This kind of business opportunity is capable of putting 1 million people in the first year to 2 years. It's capable. What it needs is the right leadership who are saying, okay, here's the plan, here's duplication, here's duplication, here's duplication. And by the way, the duplication is simply X tribe. Build your X tribe, build your X tribe, build your X tribe. Make sure you build your X-Tribe first so you can show people how to do it. The speed of the leader determines the rate of the pack. Okay, so very excited about the financial conversation in case you can't tell, and it feels good. I'll tell you why it feels good. Because this was designed to illuminate the spirit of entrepreneurialism in every single one of us. But more so than us, it's to give permission to those people on the other side of the world who never get to engage in this conversation, and let them experience it. Let them experience it at your side. Let them experience it at my side. Let us do it together to fulfill our dreams together. And for that, Forever Green has aligned itself with what's called Kiva. Kiva is a nonprofit. Before they were ever well known, Craig Smith found them and said, oh my gosh, these guys are brilliant. You know, and to date, the CEO spoke at our convention several years ago. To date, they've raised almost $400 million. They have a 99% payback ratio, and what they specialize in is microloans for these people on the other side of the world whose dream is to buy a chicken, whose dream is to buy bottles to put peanut butter in that they use stones and peanuts to make peanut butter out of. That's their dream. But it's no less important than your dream or my dream. It might even be more important because of what's at stake. And in this case, it's life. So we got to connect them into us, you, me, and we realigned ourselves to illuminate the spirit of entrepreneurialism so that FGXpress rang every single bell. It wasn't just money, it wasn't just health, it was community, it was our stand, it was your stand. That when you wake up every single day on your personalized FGXpress website, you can look at page 4 and see a new face every single day who has a dream just like you and just like me. And Forever Green has invested in their dream. FGXpress has invested in their dream that day. And hopefully as we get bigger and bigger, we'll all get more and more involved in this. But if that doesn't illuminate your spirit of entrepreneurialism, that person who wakes up looking for rocks to make peanut butter out of and peanuts, that person who's looking for that one chicken, that person who's pulling hair out of brushes to make things to market, if that doesn't illuminate in you the spirit of entrepreneurialism and or gratitude, quite frankly, I would look and see if you can still fog a mirror and make sure you're still alive, because it does me. When I see those people dreaming and I see their picture posted so all of us can see them and we're illuminating their beautiful lives, it's priceless, guys. It makes it all even more worth it. So I'd like to have Craig. Craig has been the one who's spearheaded this part. Craig, if you would, can you illuminate some of the people that have been posted this last week, because we've had one every single day, sure, and talk a little bit about it.
It is my pleasure to share with you some of the stories. Again, as Ron mentioned, you can go to your own FGXpress replicated site and you'll see the latest story there on page 4, just down in the lower right-hand corner. But if you'd like to see every story that's been posted, go out to the FGXpress Facebook page. Maybe you can do that later tonight after this experience, and go check out all of the amazing stories. Let me just highlight a few. You've got Rachel from Kenya, 36 years old. She started a dairy farming business just 2 years ago, and now she's excited that she's earning $175 a month. Like Ron mentioned, I don't know how that makes you feel, but the fact that we can invest in a lady like that, and now she's excited to buy one more cow, and then the proceeds from that cow, she wants to be able to buy little chicks to be able to raise and expand her farming business, if you will. We've got Olga from Bolivia. This is a lady that sits and weaves all day, and it's very difficult for her to get up later, but with her dedication, effort, and her goal, she's able to move forward and has a great goal to be able to vend her garments there out on the streets. In Peru, we've got Hans. This was today's story. He's got a mechanic service that services motorcycles, and he is so excited to get a loan for a very small amount of money so he can get a new soldering machine and some other tools to expand his shop. Just very normal, everyday people with kids, maybe like you, Me, I've got 3 of my own, and everybody's just trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And these people, for just a small amount of money, have the opportunity. And you and I, we get to invest in these people. You have Jocelyn from the Philippines. She earns a living by raising pigs. And all she wants to do is get a loan to get additional feed and some vitamins so that her pigs can be healthier and they can multiply. Virginia from the Philippines runs a general store. She's looking for things like shampoo, canned goods, and soft drinks and soap to be able to sell in her little store. Maria from Ecuador, 56 years old, and milks cows between 6 and 8 hours each day. And she really wishes to buy more cows to increase her milk production. Just a couple more. Lydia from Costa Rica. I love this lady. She just wanted to buy a piece of ground that she could farm and just raise some crops that then she would later sell. And finally, Margaret from Uganda. What an amazing lady. She's single with 4 children. She's been selling onions and tomatoes. She rents a house with no access to electricity or running water. And all she wants is a small loan. And you know, if you've gone out to Kiev, it's $25. Just a small loan so she can buy more tomatoes and onions. And I'm really hoping this lady's going to be able to find an experience where she can have running water and electricity. Go check it out, Facebook, FGXpress. Go look at your replicated site right now. See the site of the day, and you're going to see another one tomorrow, and so on. Every business day, 5 stories a week. It's a pleasure. Ron?
Thanks, Craig.
I want to thank Craig for spearheading all that. Craig found them. He has nurtured the relationship to wonderful. Kiva, they're big Forever Green fans as well. I think we were kind of meant to be together. And so if that doesn't illuminate in all of you just where you're at right now, are you passively watching this right now? Or are you finally on the edge of your seat going, oh my goodness, there is so much at stake right now in what we're having this conversation about. There's a lot at stake, guys, and some of you are sitting here going, I'm going to crush this. I'm going to work, because the idea is to start pre-launch. We're not even pre-launch yet, in January 1st. And then we'll declare a launch/convention in June. So there'll be 6 months of pre-launch. Right now it's kind of inside soft launch whisper campaign because we're working out little bugs, we're getting things done. But guys, there's probably more challenge than there'll ever be, but there's definitely more opportunity than there'll ever be right now. If you're watching this, I get it. I get that it's not perfect. And if you're looking for perfection, go someplace else and be late. So if you want to come here and be early and say, okay, let's pioneer this, let's build a business, let's engage in this vision. I'm sorry, but even $50 in patches, these power strips, is worth supporting a dream on the other side of the world. That in itself is the compensation. Not to mention what you go and do and build a residual business for you and help others to do the same. So I hope and I pray that on this live stream tonight, there are some of you on this who are saying, okay, that's it. I'm burning the ships. I'm closing the back door. It's plan A or die trying. I mean, I know that sounds quite extreme, but welcome to life. Plan A or die trying. So folks, it's with great pleasure. I mean, let me give you the schedule of expectation. The company continues to work on more and more back office tools, more and more things, guys. Little by little, they're programming the compensation, the bonus software right now. They're going to be testing it. Brenda Huang just got home today. Thank you, Brenda. If you're watching, we miss you. Like, you know, tomorrow, you have no idea how much we miss you. We'll pay you anything to come back. She'll be back tomorrow. But Brenda has a big role in this whole thing happening. So she'll be back tomorrow. There's going to be things picking up there. So the idea is our current people that are in Forever Green have until December 10th to opt in. After that, we're going to kind of start running tests. We're going to run the first bonus on the 17th. And we are going to pay the first bonus on the 21st. And guys, we're just going to call that a test, but a Merry Christmas test for those of you who make it happen, right? It's going to be a test because pre-launch actually begins in January. And watch out, folks. That's when it's going to get absolutely crazy. If not in December, it still will get crazy in December, but watch out when we hit January. So now the nice thing about FGXpress is it creates intelligence for the mothership, Forever Green. If you're watching from other parts of the world, we have people here that are from the Czech Republic, from Russia, from Kazakhstan, Hungary. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing. I'm just trying to show my knowledge of that part of the world. But basically, what it does for us as a company is it gives us intelligence to know which countries we want to invest in, move to, create the bigger plan, etc., moving forward. So FGXpress is a brilliant, inspirational, financial opportunity that is an appetizer to Forever Green. It is, again, oozing with financial abundance. It is reinforced with who and what we are. So folks, I hope that you guys turn it up and you figure out how to duplicate yourself and build 100 X tribes by the time we launch within your organization. It's, by the way, very doable if you get this thing going. Very, very doable. I realize there's lots of other questions that may come up, but guys, I wouldn't let that govern your day. I would make sure that you're getting the positioning and the opportunity going. In your back office, there's information on product. In your back office, there's lots of little information that you're going to probably want to look at, some moving forward. But we intend, through Dr. Saucedo and others, to provide for you more and more information as we go. But remember this, more information doesn't always mean more growth. More information oftentimes means less growth. So we have to discipline ourselves by, this is a business opportunity reinforced by who and what we stand for. So folks, if you have any questions, I'm going to give you 45 seconds to throw them out there. And I'll be able to field a few questions. We can do them live. Maybe you have a comment, or maybe you're just flat out excited like we are. But I'm going to Japan and Korea because the Japanese have gotten extremely excited about Express, and Korea obviously is where all the contracts and where the doctors are and all that, and so I'm going to be having some very interesting meetings with them while I'm there as well. Waiting for questions if you have any. No questions, no comments? Oh, I'm not there yet? Okay, awesome. Want to welcome, actually, while George is here, we want to welcome George from Czech Republic and his son Lev, who's here. They're joined with Sam Gurovich. They're sitting in the room here today. They flew out. They're smiling, yeah, ear to ear. So impressed interviewing George today, who's just crushing it in Eastern Europe right now, crushing it. But just flew out here so he could see, smell, taste, and touch, and that we can get to know him. What a beautiful man, what a great businessman he is. What an awesome son he has, too. Speaks all these languages, and we're just privileged that somehow we attracted George and Lev to our company. But it's a privilege to work with such great people. So this is going to, guys, it's going to introduce a lot of new people to our family. Do you have a question or a comment? No? Hey, if there's no questions and no comments, that's perfectly fine by me. That means we did our jobs. You can just ask.
Is a professional program? You have somebody that's a professional can be involved in this opportunity?
Will there be a professional program? Because it's one product, one price, obviously we would invite as many professionals as possible, so I would think we'll keep it just one product, one price, and we hope that a lot of professionals get involved. In fact, we imagine and expect many, many different professionals to get involved with FGXpress. So we hope so, because we know that they bring a lot of credibility, and they have a lot of groupies, and they have people that they have patients that they work with. For me, I was trying to describe the feeling of this product. And here's what finally came out and made the most sense to me. Because I have tried natural, I've tried little devices, I've tried ibuprofen, I've tried muscle relaxer, and I've tried painkiller. Okay? So I can speak 100% from experience on all of these. And I mean 100% due diligence, tried it. I don't usually try to take the painkillers unless it's really bad or if I'm on a plane for 20 hours. So that's when the painkiller would come in. Muscle relaxers, sometimes when I feel like I'm a little tight and I'm on my feet too long, maybe a muscle relaxer. Ibuprofen, semi-regular, not too much. Gadgets and natural, 80% of the time. But here's how I described it. When I would take a pain medicine that had opiates in it, and I'm just being very open about this, guys. When I would take it, not only did I feel not very present, not very I felt kind of loopy at times, but they make you feel kind of good. And you almost forget that you have pain until you wake up the next day and it's worse because you forgot you had an injury. So what this power strip did for me was this. Pain medicine made me feel good, but I would pay for it the next day. Power strips make me feel no pain. So it's like, oh, I don't feel the pain. So that distinction for me is how I would describe it. You're not going to feel loopy or anything like that. You're just going to feel less or no pain is what happened to me. So remember to include diet and exercise in everything that you say, because we don't want to get in trouble making claims and all that kind of stuff. But I can tell you this, diet and exercise have been a big part of my life. It's just that they weren't enough, and this power strip filled that void like nothing I'd ever tried before. So if that helps you understand it a little bit, hopefully it is. I don't want to major in the minors, but I want to share my experience with you. So guys, let's rock and roll. Because I guarantee you the gates are going to open January, and it's either you're going to be in the front, or you're going to be playing catch up, or you're going to get left behind. And I don't say that as a fear tactic, I say it as a fact. I've done this many, many times, and this one has all of the signs, all of the indicators for kaboom. So I hope and pray every single one of you are involved on some level of kaboom and success, and opening the doors and unlocking the channels to illuminating the spirit of entrepreneurialism finally, indiscriminately around the world. So welcome to FG Express, welcome home.